Timothy Sykes is a stock trader who became internationally known for having a really impressive return. You got, what, about 12,000 from a bar mitzvah, and you turned it into how much?
Nearly 2 million before I graduated college. Now I'm over 7 million. It's been a crazy ride.
Yeah, and you're involved in charity. You're also helping others with stock advice as well. So just tell me about, how did you get to be where you are? And then let's go into a little bit more detail about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a journey, right? So I started as a stock trader just with a few $1,000s. My parents gave me control of it. They thought I would lose it all. Instead, I got obsessed learning about stocks and technical analysis and just really not trusting any company, getting a little cynical over time. I've been doing this for a while, but just trying to take singles. My average trading profit is around $2,000. It adds up over time. My average loss is $500. So I'm looking for breakouts, looking for breakdowns, trying to stay safe and play the game.
Okay, so you're just looking for singles, not any big home run, which I think a lot of us try to do.
Every now and then you can push it. Now is not the time. You know, I gave this warning back in November. I had a hard hat. I had a construction outfit. I said, whoa, calm down with the excesses. This is the time to cut losses quickly. But a lot of people, they just hold and they hope.
So let's talk about November. So you were in Vegas and you gave a speech and you said, we're headed for a crash. What were the circumstances that led you to think that was going to happen?
Just a lot of excess. You know, we're the dumbest people you know, like the dumbest investments where it's not even an investment. It might be just a JPEG. Lots of scams out there, lots of hoopla. And we've seen this back in 2008. I saw this back in 2000. I've been around, right? So you learn from experience when there's too much partying, right? Like the party has to end. And now I think that the party's over for a little bit.
I mean, when common sense just doesn't apply, is like a good rule. You're like, no, wait a minute, this makes absolutely no sense.
When greed overtakes common sense, because you hear about somebody, you know, buying this little crypto or buying an NFT, and they, you know, you could turn a few thousand, like your stimulus checks, into millions, but you have to be very quick. And the problem with this excess and these, you know, just speculative assets, people don't know when to get off.
You can see right now, we're talking on, I guess this is Friday the 10th of June. The markets are selling off because of an inflation report. So you really called it.
A little bit. I mean, it's not like an I told you so. I just want people to learn from history. I'm basically a glorified history teacher. You know, I actually donate all my trading profits to charity these days. I teach students. I've got 25 millionaires now. We try to make money responsibly. And again, rule number one is cut losses quickly. It's not a fun rule, but it's crucial. So I'm really like this trading psychologist.
Yeah, no, well, it's a very much emotional and a psychological game. Now, you mentioned greed. What about fear? Which we're kind of seeing today.
I mean, there's fear, but again, we're only down like 20% off our highs. Like we're not 30, 40, 50%. So I hope we don't get there, but we can. You have to be open to anything. And frankly, I love the US dollar. I know the US dollar has a lot of haters, but it's been very strong lately. I'm very long US dollars. I have 0 stocks. I also wouldn't be, you know, a short seller of the US economy for any extended period of time. It's never paid to bet against the US, but we did have excess. Now we're coming back. This is healthy long term. You just have to have the right mindset, like 3, 4, 5 years out. It might not be fun 2022, 2023.
Yeah. No, you're long the US dollar. How do you play that? How do you play the dollar?
Just sit in cash.
Okay.
People don't understand, like cash is a position.
You mentioned technical analysis. So is that how would you do most of your trades, or do you look at the news and kind of?
It's a mixture. I mean, I look at everything. I'm not just like charts only. I'm trying to get the best picture of a stock. Like with monkeypox stocks, like the technical analysis stinks, but again, there's a lot of fear because of what's happened the past 2 years. So even though, you know, monkeypox is small and contained and there's actually a vaccine, people are fearful. So you have to kind of think about the news cycle, where we are, how depressed everything is, and when there's not much to trade.
Tell me about the students and like, how does it work? Is this a school? I know you have a significant social media presence. How does that work? How do you get your students?
Yeah, so if you just go to timothysykes.com, it's all there, or Timothy Sykes on YouTube. I have 1,500 YouTube videos. I've got 8,000 video lessons in my library. I have like this Netflix of like video lessons, like breakouts, short selling, first green day, first red days. I teach different patterns, supernovas, which is popular where the stock can surge double, triple in a few days. So I'm teaching everything that I've learned. I show every trade online. So every trade is not just a win or loss, because again, I donate it to charity. I'm teaching the process. So I want people to learn my rules, DVDs, webinars, watch list. I was late to this interview because I was trading. I'm giving trade alerts, like it's nonstop.
So, and you mentioned charity. So this is Karmagawa. Is that the name? What is that charity all about?
So it used to be the Tim Sykes Foundation. I didn't need my name everywhere. Like, I get weirded out with like buildings in my name. I don't know. I know some people like that. So I took on this partner. His name is Matabad. He's Filipino. Gawa in the Filipino Tagalog language means to do or to make. So it's like we're making good karma. We have 107 schools now. We help animals. We help food banks. We've done 3 documentaries.
Right. So what would you say to a young person that wants to build wealth over the long term?
Yeah, well, that's the key word, long term. Have the right mindset, right? Like, think about this. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Everyone always says, like, so my top student turned 1,500. He's now at 13 million. Everybody always wants that. But that took him a decade. In the first year, he made nothing. So you got to study first. It's very front end loaded. You need knowledge. So I would tell youngsters, I tell everybody, you have 2 accounts. You have your knowledge account and your brokerage account. Everybody always wants their brokerage account up, but they don't have their much in their knowledge account. Okay. So study up, like learn from history. This is not like rocket science. This is what has happened all throughout history with every bubble.
Anything else that you think that you're looking at that people
so,
should research?
Well, I usually trade a lot of OTCs, but lately NASDAQ plays have actually done very well. So some of these NASDAQ plays go from like 3, 4, 5 to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a few days. Look for early strength, take no days off, always study, and then prepare, and then try to ride the momentum.
Okay, fascinating. Thank you so much, Timothy, for coming and sharing your knowledge.
It's my pleasure. Thanks.